Okay, we just hit the record button. This is Lang and Ez, Manbodiment Mastermind. We've gone, what, 4 rounds of this. That's a total of close to, and we'd say even over 6 months. Even today, as things are unfolding, we're navigating the truth of life and the challenges of life, but we're doing it together. And so we started this walk looking at ways of, okay, how can I reframe the way life is presenting itself to me? How can I become stronger as a man? What are some of the things that I could look at, and how do I receive that? How do I navigate with my family members? How do I navigate with business? How do I take on shifting from and transitioning from really one thing that I was doing with all the ups and downs that happen and recognize the strength that I have inside and then also come through in triumph? And how do I do that with guidance and support? And so you and I have journeyed. I've witnessed you. Even in this moment, even in the last 5 minutes, I've witnessed you stand in your strength despite anything that's being presented to you, and also come back to that truth. Hey, life is going to present what it presents, and I'm going to rise to the occasion every time because I know and I've tapped into, even if it seems like I'm forgetting a little bit, who I've chosen to be. And when these things that are adverse happen, I know why, the why that I want to be, how I want to be, and also the willingness to then make decisions. And I think that's the hardest thing for people, to reach out and to come out of any confusion and to make decisions and be supported. And you're stellar at all of those things. And so this is why I feel you've been one of my favorite people to journey with. And that I felt in the first 8 weeks you had everything that you needed, but you still decided, yo, let me hammer down and go deeper. And it's truly been a blast. And even in the hard times, you fucking excel. And I just witnessed it even a moment ago, as we were talking about the current life things. So I'd like to just give you a moment to introduce yourself. Maybe if you're open to share a little bit of how we met, and then I'll have some questions, to assist along in this bros closeout testimony of your experience here. How does that sound to you?
Sounds great.
Excellent. So,
Yeah,
okay.
my name's Lang McNeely. I journeyed with Ez, had a medicine journey with him originally. Really really appreciated that experience. It was a tough time and went for him for just like guidance in life and help, and um came out on the other side with more of a understanding of how to do things, how to handle situations. And I feel like I like this idea of like you never know what your future is going to be, but you could turn it into like something that you're like not sure about, which is nice. Or
Excellent.
something it might not be the future that you thought it was, but it could still be a great and amazing future, you know.
That's the reframe right there. It's
Yeah.
powerful. Nice, brother. Um, you know, I think what I see mostly with a lot of the men, of course, I'm here in Tulum and I do these men's groups here, right? And the brothers get to come in once a week. We tap in a little bit, but I also see and have really shifted my life around to be able to offer one-on-one support because we're able to go so much deeper. So are there some things that you felt in this container that were like, damn, I didn't know I could be supported in this way, but we really do need this kind of support as men that you're open to speaking to?
What was that one more time?
So really, it's like, a lot of men, we do the group support, but you and I have gone deep in the one-on-one space. And the goal has been to support you and identify some other ways that one might not ask about in the group setting. So have there been some things that came up while we were journeying together that were like, wow, I didn't even know I could be supported in this way by another brother or another man that you're open to share?
Yeah, I didn't know how deep the support could go. Especially with like in a group setting, you definitely can't share as much. In a one-on-one setting, you can share a lot more. And with someone who's journeyed with other people, like as it was really nice to feel how I can really go as deep as I want with the support, and he can hold me, and there's no limits to no limits to that, which has helped me in like all my other relationships, because knowing I can go deeper with them and share more of myself, and get more support too from other people.
Epic. And I think that's a thing that a lot of people don't think about is like a lot of times the spaces are judgment-free to a degree, but to really step into a judgment-free space where you're working with someone who's also navigated some of the things, maybe many of the things that you're navigating, and it's helping you with counsel, but also really opening up the space in sincerity for you to share whatever the Frank is on your mind. And of course, you give me that, freedom as well. I mean, I take the freedom, you take the freedom, but it's really empowering. So I've really witnessed you shift in terms of what I witnessed is your confidence is higher, your willingness to assert yourself. I've seen you navigate into deeper understandings of who you are to be able to present that to the world, which is a big deal, to not worry about other people's judgments, to get clear on how you want to be in this world, who you want to surround yourself with, how do you want to present yourself and what you want to give to them, the gifts that you've been curious and how like to explore within yourself, but then how you tie that into everything else that you're doing. So you come out the other end of something like this as a more robust man. You definitely are more robust. I know people around you feel it, you know. Yeah. How would you say that it's affected you in terms of business dynamics and also relationships, right? We can do that, like your
Mm.
dating, how you navigate with women.
Yeah, that's definitely been more bold dating, which has been great. Taking more risks there and really I would say also finding out like what it is to dating, like why I'm on a dating. So finding my intentions. I feel like you're a master at that as from your journey on like why are we doing this? What's this relationship between man and woman? What do we want out of it? And really finding some of my like weaker points there, honestly, like wow, I've kind of just been dating maybe because I'm feeling needy or lonely, but really having intention to what I want out of a relationship, which will lead to better relationships in the future.
I'm really
Uh,
on that, just getting to witness, get the play by play.
yeah.
Yeah. How
And
about
then,
with
huh?
how about with your family and business as well?
Um, family and business. Business has been definitely an improvement, just having to lean in more of a, it's kind of more of like a transactional relationship, I feel like, than the girl situations. Um, so even a deeper understanding of leaning into, you can almost express yourself more in the business relationships, which can bring a whole nother dynamic into play. Um, and really appreciate that and really found my power there and exploring myself as an artist and finding my just love of what I want to do. Because I had this idea of like work before and having to, and you have to earn money to pay for shit and earn a living. But this idea of like really like what brings value to me and how I can like share that with other people has been a big uncovering process for me and figuring that out.
Feels good. For me, it feels good, to witness you come into that gnosis because no one can take that away from you, right? There's some things that you dig and you uncover that we can also use support in the process to at least reflect back to you, hey, this is what you've uncovered. So I think the other thing that I personally love about these gatherings is that I can start to see you putting your hands on your golden thread, and you also have a brother who will reflect to you. That's probably not what you want to do for where you say you want to go. And I feel like you've been super receptive to that and even beating me to the punch. I would say even after our first 8 weeks, you were already like, I reframed this and I was looking at that. I'm like, damn, yeah, that's right. And so that feels good because it's not to have a person have to keep doing this. Every time you do it, there's more depth and clarity that we can come to. But you've really, just I feel like you're excelling whether in your sleep.
Mm.
You know? How about speaking to how this has been beneficial to come into clarity of mind? Because you and I have both navigated deep sensitivity, right? And so I think having that in common has been beneficial for this. Are you open to share about how you
Yeah,
feel mentally before and then where you're at now?
that's exactly where I was heading to with my what I wanted to say too, because with everything I've learned with family, business, and relationships, it's also helped me deal with it's in a sense like brought me deeper into some of the struggles, which has made it like stronger too, which is kind of weird. It's like almost like the craziness comes with so much better stuff at the same time. I've personally dealt with like went through like suicidality a year ago, completely got over that, which is pretty amazing. To come out on the other side of something,
Mhm.
uh, and still dealing with like some depression and other anxiety and stuff like that, but really getting to know those two things, I feel like, and get a hold of them where I kind of almost feel in control of them now, which is pretty cool.
Epic.
Uh, versus like this fleeting feeling of like, oh, I have anxiety. It's just like, no, like I'm in control of this. I know what it is. I know this feeling.
That feels good, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you've come into control of a lot of things. And also I also feel with you this acceptance. You're more accepting of certain things that maybe would have bothered you before, but now you're like, okay, this is you can accept that, okay, this is kind of unfolding what to do next. So I feel like you problem solve a lot quicker and you also like you get right to it, and you're more confident in your ability to get to it and think of solutions. Because even in our last discussion, you came up with a solution that I feel was better than all of them, and still in an empowered stance as well.
Yeah.
You ought to pat yourself on the back for that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sure. So how do you feel about the time that you've invested, the money that you've invested? Do you feel like, you know, it was worth it for you?
Yeah, 100%. Worth every penny and definitely would do it again. And it's almost like I feel like I've graduated where I feel so good about it after,
Yeah.
where I think about that time and it's like, man, that was awesome. And would continue to do it and look forward to doing it in the future, possibly again.
Of course, the door
Yeah.
will always be open. We have many and more fun to come in our journey together as brothers. I also, want to call in to like some of the things people don't think about with masterminds. Most masterminds are businessy. Okay. You put someone in a hot seat, there's an opportunity for people to network. This is like a group mastermind, which I may do as well. And now they're getting all this information. It's about opening up a portal for shared information. What you and I spoke to is every life area of activity, your education, how you navigate for entertainment, how you want to feel and move through your economics, your finances, how you want to work, what do you want to do for work, how you navigate with the law, different understanding of what the actual laws that we've been provided are, right? Then there's how do you navigate in your sex? What is it that you would like to do, and how would you like to show up in a relationship even before it even happens for the long haul? So what we did look into was what kind of women do you want to be with? How do you want to treat her? What kind of family are you looking to be a part of and also open to be a part of? And who would you like in that space? These are big questions that a lot of people think about later, right? All the list of questions that we went over and that we can still dive into about getting to know a woman before you connect with her deeper so that you can have real intimacy and even, the process of dating in general and how that plays out in the whole life journey and your navigation with, the angry feelings. How do we contend with all the energy and the power that we have in ourselves as men and transmute that into something positive or know when to lay the hammer down, literally and figuratively, right? And so I feel like we've journeyed through all those different life areas. And now you have a real great blueprint that you can look back to from all the videos that we've recorded and see what you want to work on and just keep hitting it up. Now you have your marathon path set for life for this, at least this next couple of chapters. And you'll be able to see your progress in the videos too, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited to watch those videos.
What would you advise men if they're thinking about doing a mastermind? Because we got into metaphysical things too, and I think that's the difference is there's a spiritual component to our mastermind. And with the breath work, with this just the small things that we speak to, but also speaking to the unseen, physics, right? Esoteric teachings that help you and will help you to keep your life force energy in and to use that to transmute and to create and to manifest. fellas, what would you tell a man if he was asking you, hey, Lang, what about this man embodiment thing that I heard of? Is it something I should do? What would be your response and why?
Yeah, I would say just to like be open-minded about like the experience and what you're going to get out of it. I think that's my biggest takeaway in the last like 8 months is you never know like where your heart's going to take you in a session, I guess, or what I actually want to get out of something. Um, because as has the ability to help with like a bunch of different angles. And that's I feel like the role of a good coach is they're flexible to support in a lot of different ways, which has been nice to have that support in that way.
Wow, epic, brother. Really appreciate you. Appreciate this time. And then also, I think, what's important for people to know is again, we meet once a week. Lang has been consistent and um, poignant and like really focused. And we're also able to shift the way that we do the work and even the homework. And that's what I think the one thing that's coachy about me is looking at how does he learn? How does he receive? And what's the best way for us to go about the work that's not cookie cutter, but that enables us to chart a course, to see progress, to recognize it, to speak to things that are going on in our recap, and to make it tailored to what he needs in the moment, as well as instilling the points and the components that are going to benefit him in the long haul. And so I really feel you excelled in this because not everyone puts forth the effort and you held to your commitment and it's only going to continue to benefit you as you move forward. So I'm already celebrating your victory. I celebrated, and I will continue to celebrate you as a man. You are a man I would vouch for and will vouch for and look forward to, as they say in Oklahoma, I look forward to dancing at your wedding, you know?
Yeah, man. I look
Yeah.
forward to that too.
Yep. And I'll be sober because you know me. So
Yeah, likewise.
cheers. Any parting words that you'd like to share?
No, I really appreciate our journey. And I look forward to moving forwards and seeing what this life has in store for me. And keeping we just talked about before the session about like strength and flexibility and keeping my mind open to different paths, whether I need to strengthen up at times and really hunker down and get through something. Um, and not having those like feelings kind of overwhelm and overtake so you don't like ruminate on
My man.
them.
I say.
Hey,
Yeah, brother. Super proud of you. And again, I give thanks for you, for your heart, for your dedication, your willingness to move forward, and for the man that you are. I vouch for you, and that does mean something in this world. And I look forward to continuing to have you back, and also to just we're gonna have good times. There'll come a time when you pop down to Tulum, and there's even more things that we went over that we put into play that you're gonna get to experience here. And I want to be there to be like, yeah. So. So just keep that space open, for the next year or so. Mhm.
yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah, and if I pop up if I'm in the Cali side, then of course we're gonna get together. Is there anything that you'd like the people to know about you, maybe contacting you, the work that you have coming up, or whatever you want them to know about you and how they can reach out to you if they need to as well?
Yeah, I'm an artist, a vocal artist. I'm coming out with some music under the name Chuck Lang. Yeah, so I'm really excited to show my art to the world and start my own business. Yeah.
Epic, brother. Sending love your way. Thank you for everyone who's tuned in. Any of you brothers who have any questions for me, you can connect with me either in the comments that I'll, make available below. And I'm at Epic Ezriyah. That's Epic, EPIC_Ezriyah, EZRIYAH on Instagram. And the same name for YouTube. And then in Facebook, it's Ezriyah Ben Derek, DERRICK, Ezriyah, EZRIYAH, and Ben, BEN. So you put those together and you can find me. If it's really important to you and you're ready to navigate in a space with another man, whether it's in a group container or in a one-on-one, which actually I really love the one-on-ones, we'll go there. I'm here to get you through, to transition you from whatever you're going through into the triumph that you are. Lang is proof. Keep an eye on him. And let's celebrate the journey of men coming into who they are and in a way that's beneficial for the world and first and foremost beneficial for themselves. And you see that name, Charles, Neely, Chuck, Lang. Pay attention. Keep an eye on him. See what happens.
Um,
Shit! I say,
Woo!
I'm going to go ahead and stop the video. And I thank you, brother.
Thank you, bro.
Absolutely.